Hi, my name is Josh Blakesley. We just got through doing Youth Day 2012 here at LA Congress, and you should be here. If you're thinking about coming, or if you have thought about coming and hadn't been quite convinced, let me just tell you, you're missing out if you haven't been here before. This is a great place to be, where your church is gathered as one body, one people, for great music, great sharing of faith, and a great time. You need to come. You gotta be here.
Jump around, jump around, jump, jump, jump. You put your left hand in, you take your left hand out to do it.
Hey guys, where are you guys from? Arizona. All right.
Love has spoken. Spirit of wisdom, breathe on us. We are chosen for you. Holy Spirit, send out your fire, rain over us. We are chosen for you. Beautiful perfection.
Discussions with your parents where they do all the talking. You ever had one of them? Yeah, hands down. Hands down. Now remember, let me just say this before I continue for all the parents wondering where I'm going with this. I'm a member of the club. I'm a member of the club now, so I am a parent, and I go through these weird moments with my daughter. But now watch this. One day, it's very funny that I do what I do for a living, because I had those discussions. I didn't have like a terrible childhood or teenage years with my parents, but every once in a while we would get into it. And what's funny today is when I was your age, one of the areas my dad and I used to get into was my dad liked to go to 7 a.m. Sunday morning mass. Now watch. So rolling out of bed at 10 to 7 to get to 7 o'clock mass was not my idea of a picnic. And all of a sudden you hear that voice down in the hall. Boy! And the door would open. Thank you very much. And the door would open up and go, it's time to go to church. I was 16 years old. I thought I was a man. So I pumped up my massive chest. I don't know what you're thinking, but don't do steroids, all right? It's all right. I'm like, listen here, old man. This might be your house, but this is my room. In my room, I make my decisions. I decided I ain't going to church today, and if you don't like it, maybe you and I ought to step outside. Don't do that. Now listen here, I want to share something with you about being called out by parents. I'm going to make a point about this in just a second. But I want to share my first story about parents calling me out. Here's the thing. Do not go home. Do not go home, and when your parents ask you the question you hate the most, well, how was it? What did you do today? Blah, blah, blah. I do not want you to say what a man said. I could tell you losing your mind. No, listen to me. Do not go home. Do not start a discussion. Do not start an argument. But the next time one naturally comes up, I want you to see if my following theory comes true. This is my theory. The angrier you get your parents, the more of their brain they gonna lose, all right? And I will prove it to you with this thing my dad going to church. Watch this. My dad lost his brain in 3 easy steps, and I'm gonna share the steps with you. He lost his brain in 3 easy steps. First step over here was parent loses hearing. That's the first step. When you get your parents upset, they lose their hearing. Let me give you an example. I told him, all right? So I told him that. You could tell he was upset. You could tell his mind was starting to leave out of his ear. He was just leaving, right? He pulled up his pants about 6 inches. His nostrils started flaring like a dragon. And that one vein you got in the middle of your head poked out like a unicorn. Boom! Right there. He looks at me and goes, you what? I'm like, oh my gosh, he lost his hearing. I will help him and use sign language. I'm not going to He pulled up his pants 6 inches higher. He looked me in the face. He goes, just who do you think you are? He forgot I was his kid. I lived there 16 years. He forgot. He got the old timers disease or whatever they call that stuff. So I have to wait sign language again, like, I'm your son. Sounded good in my head. No, he got even angrier still and come over here to phase number 3. Phase number 3 is the most deadly. You got to be careful with phase number 3. Phase number 3 is parent loses every brain cell they got left in their head. They will lose their mind. How can you tell? Because parents will ask teenagers the dumbest question a grown-up can ask a young person. Do you want me with you? Well, hang on, Slick. Let me think that one over for just a second. Yes, Father, beat me, please. And then, get this spanking, they come up with this line of reverse psychology or science, I don't know what it's called. But if you're about to get the belt open, they look at you and say, son, this is gonna hurt me. A lot more than it's gonna hurt you. Where did you go to school? I do not figure that equation to be true, Einstein. So I figured out what to do if you ever get this spanking. I did. I figured out what to do if you ever get this spanking. If they ever come up and they pull that line, this is gonna hurt me more, it's gonna hurt you. You look at them square in the face and say, Mom, Dad, I love you very much. And I do not want you to feel any pain.